Hey everyone, it's FallenDice, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft Adventures with FallenDice. And today I decided I'd like to break it up a little bit. We've been working non-stop on our temple, on our minecart ride. I've been doing a lot of work hollowing out the cavern. It's gotten a lot bigger. I think I'm almost down to the block level 40 after my next TNT explosion. Waiting on some more gunpowder. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun to do something a little bit different today. And one of those things is the fact that I haven't really got to do any of this new villager trading or anything because I don't have any villagers. The closest village I had was a sand village that was out there, but somebody went out and raided it and took all the villagers from it a while back, so it's empty. And I've looked around and I don't see anything in my near vicinity. So what I'm going to have to do is it's going to be like an old mushroom adventure. One of the items that was put into the Burpmod is the ability to lure villagers with a diamond. And I think it might have been either like anything shiny, so diamond, ruby, not ruby, emerald, or any of those kind of things. So we have the ability to lure them. So I can basically bring them out here, but rather than taking them out to that same desert village, which is way over there, I might as well bring them closer to where I'm going to actually use them. So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to construct a little village of our own, and then we'll bring a couple over here to come populate it, and hopefully with enough doors and things like that they'll start to reproduce, and maybe we can even do a little trading. We can kind of see what we have here, and we might have to set up a few of the different items to trade to start getting some more numbers and things, because I wouldn't mind getting some emerald blocks to start adding into what we're doing here in our building. So yeah, so I think what we'll do first is we're going to come up with some kind of design for a village, and we'll figure out where we want the village to be. And it's not going to be the end, because my actual village, when we're all done, where they're going to be going, will be in the cavern, down underneath where we have our large giant temple entrance to our actual nether hub and all that. That's where we'll be having our village. It'll be constructed down there. There's a lot of jungle trees and things. So yeah, that's the plan for that. Also, one thing, let me do this real fast while we're here. I wanted to show this. Yes, Fortune 3. I want that because I want to break a couple. Oh, downstairs. I need to break some glowstone and show off another new addition to the Burpmod. And again, like I said, a lot of these things, are things that we. Oh, good, got some right there. We've seen in other mods that we liked, and so not wanting to put a million mods on here and turn this into a cluster, we put the one or two items that we like. But in addition to that, there's other things that we decide that we just think is a good idea, and we add those in. So one of those is this. Now, if you ever looked at the new cocos, when they're fully grown, they almost look like lanterns. They really do. And we thought, well actually, that's not what we really thought. Someone had actually asked, is there a way to make them an actual lantern? So there is now. And that is, all you have to do is right-click with the glowstone dust in your hand on a fully grown cocoa, and it will become a lamp. It'll be the same exact block, but it'll actually emit light now. Problem is, they're not reusable. If you destroy the cocoa plant, you get cocoa beans and no cocoa dust back. But, see, like I said, you can't tell any difference now if it were only dark. I think what I'll do is we'll wait here. I'll stop recording, wait for it to get dark, and then I can show you the difference between how this one glows and that one doesn't glow. We can even get rid of the torch off the ground now because it will emit light. So, anyways, I will be right back. Alright, so well, it's a little bit harder to see over here, so we'll just come down to an area that doesn't have any light, and we'll light it up. So here we go. This is kind of a dark area, so we'll add glowstone. Voila! So ideas for this are awesome, because basically my intention is to use most of this type of lighting for my cavern. Like I said, I took pretty much all the torches away, and this right here is lighting up this whole area over here. So I really like it. I like the implementation. It was an awesome idea. So I'm gonna keep my torches here just to keep this well lit. So yeah, so that's awesome. I have to replant that. It's gonna bug me. I just got done harvesting some wheat. I don't know that I want to start a full-scale large wheat farm. You know, this thing definitely does all right. Our cow thing apparently isn't working quite so well. There's some coding issues having to do with them reproducing in weird places or something. I don't know. So I've been back to eating bread again. So we'll see. We still have the huge wheat farm at town. I can always go back and harvest that and get plenty of bread for a while. Lots of kitty cats in this area. So anyway, all right, let's head over. Let's figure out exactly where we want to construct our new village, and then we'll clear out some area for it, start coming up with some ideas for how we want the buildings to look. It doesn't have to be super awesome, because like I said, this is only going to be like where we store our villagers, so we'll probably make it so that it's impossible for mobs on the outside to get inside. That way, if we have any accidents down below, we'll always have a place to get fresh villagers. And we might even make a rail system that takes down to like a secret hatch area down in the cavern, so we can basically just load them up on carts, send them down there whenever we need villagers. So anyway, I will do some scoping out, and I will be right back. Alright, and here is where we're going to set up our village. Got another nice tiny little jungle area here, so I'm going to clean it out, turn it almost into a plains. Got some sheep down there, so we'll pen those up and start a little sheep farm here. Kind of convenient. I even saw a chicken out there, so we can maybe even start some chickens, see what other animals we have. Right there is our home. Right there is the cavern, so it's kind of in the middle. Got our new mine out that way, so it's still pretty central. And this can even be one of the legs of the hub. So once we're done with it, we can convert it into something else if we need to. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start clearing this out. I want to do almost this entire inside area. We'll leave a ring of trees and stuff around the outside, but the inside will be cleared out, and then we'll be putting fences up to make sure that we're safe from anything killing off our villagers. Like I said, this is going to be the area where we feed our other areas if something dangerous happens, so we want to make sure this is completely safe. So anyway, I'm going to get to work clearing this out, and I will be back. So I kind of came up with an interesting concept for keeping the bad baddies at bay. and I think we're going to use a leave perimeter. And I'm going to kind of keep, oops, I need to add more light here to prevent him. But the perimeter on the inside, I'm going to try and continue to make it look the way it should look. More natural-ish. And of course, I don't have it all the way completed yet. But like I say, so up here, you know, I can even, like I just did over there, I can drop a torch and then place the leaves on top to kind of get some light in there. For the transparent, it makes it through. And of course, I will be making some use of our cocoa beans. But when you come to the outside, at no point is this less than too high. So, you know, I could make a running jump to get up to there, but at all these points here, you know, these are all too high gaps. They can't jump more than 1 block away. So on the outside, it's a nice perimeter to keep me safe, or keep my villagers safe, you know, and it'll be a work in progress. I'll keep adjusting it. If I find areas where they can actually get in and harm, then I'll go back and fix it. But for now, as I make it around, it'll be better than having just a bunch of fences or, you know, large wooden embankments or something to keep it safe. So it'll kind of look more natural-ish, you know. And it'll take a bit of work to get it to look exactly how I like it. But it'll give me a nice, large, spread out area to make a very large village, because that's my plan. I want lots of houses, lots of buildings, lots of doors, you know, and have my doors not necessarily have like doors for the sake of doors, but just, you know, since there's a lot of buildings, a couple doors each building, we'll have enough to reproduce a lot of villagers, and then I'll be able to, you know, go through and be able to have all the different types of trades available, and it'll give me some fun stuff to be able to do. Alright, I think we've got a nice large enough space for our village. I've got my nice perimeter set up using leaves going around the outside. And I even kind of lit up the area around it, and I planted some more large double jungle trees to kind of give us that as a perimeter as well. I may go in and plant a couple more on the outskirts to get it a little bit more dense, but for now we're pretty good. And I think we're fairly safe in here. I may do a little bit more terraforming around in here, or I might just leave it with the weird heights just to kind of give it some uniqueness to the look of the village. And just kind of adjust as I need to for build size. In the process of doing this, here's what we came up with. So I've got lots of leaves and stuff to play with if I needed to. Lots of saplings. Although I did bring some with me. That was empty. This is all the jungle wood that I came up with. So I think it would be silly, well, and oak. I think it'd be silly not to use jungle wood to do our village. So my idea is to kind of go along the lines of the typical designs that they use for the jungle trees, only instead of with our jungle trees, the villages, only instead of using the regular oak wood, we'll use the jungle wood. So it'll give it kind of a different look. And I would like to have like a central area, you know. So I think we'll build a well, kind of like they do in the villages. And I'm probably gonna make this the entrance down to my two things. One will be the portal to link me up to my other areas, so I'm not having to actually run 400 blocks back and forth. And then the other one will also be to the rail line, which will eventually take them over to there. Yeah, house is over there. But yeah, so they'll be able to bump them into a cart, and then it'll take them all the way over to the cavern. And really, I only need to do a couple technically to get it started. But why not have a nice village? If we're gonna do something, let's, you know, not necessarily do it big, but do it worthwhile. So anyway, so I'm gonna play around a little bit here, kind of come up with the design for a house as well. Well, I'll probably do that on camera. I'm just gonna kind of get a basic setup for what the town's gonna be, and then we'll come back and play around with the house design. So I'll see you guys in a few. Alright, so we did a few things. We actually linked ourselves up with the portal now, so I have coming off the portal over at the cavern is a tunnel now heading off to here. And I decided again, like I said, I wanted to make like a well the center point of here. Still need to get some water in there. And then I think what we'll end up doing is we'll go with the gravel for like our pathways around and in and around the village. So we'll end up having to dig things out, kind of make some paths to some different areas, and then it's just going to be a matter of kind of recreating some of the villages. So I'm thinking I'd like to keep it as close to what the regular village buildings look like, maybe tweak them just a tad. So I think what we'll do now, I'm going to go ahead and we'll head over to Creative, find us a village, take some screenshots from some angles and stuff so make it easier to recreate them, and then we'll come back and we can start kind of putting some together. So anyways, I'll see you guys over there in the Creative. Alright, well we're here in this, and then I remembered how garbage these houses looked in the first place. Apparently I came here in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Let's go ahead and turn mobs off here for a bit so we don't have that going on. Alright, although the one thing I think I never did in that village that I'm about to mention is I did not do the blacksmith. So we'll take a couple blacksmith pictures just so I want to recreate one of those for sure. But before I started my Better Than BuildCraft world, the original Minecraft Adventures with FallenDice, one of the last projects I had done was made a barn in where I was going to put my farms, and that was in a village. So I kind of had gone through and I did a whole lot of remaking of buildings, made them what I thought would look better. And you know what? Let's just go back and check it out. Not a lot of things back in that world that I was super proud of, but the village I think I did like. So yeah, we're gonna go take a look at that. So I will be right back. All right, and welcome to a trip down memory lane. These are some old stuff. Ah, man. Glowstone in the floor. Oh. This is the upstairs to my barn that I had built. Some of the parts of this were kind of cool. Like I made little livestock rooms where I was going to store like, cows and pigs and some of the different animals in here. Some little rooms off to the side. I see now that I didn't change the fact that everything was made out of cobble, which I don't want to do that in this new village. But some of the differences I made, and I'll take screenshots of this, is you see I took the stairs over the edge, so it looks more like a house. The ones Mojang made, they're flush with the walls. They don't look quite as well. This is one that I tweaked and changed. You can see that the roof has the angled connections in it now, so it's a different, sticks out a box, so it kind of gives it. It looks cool. It looks unique. It's different. I'll definitely do something along these lines in here. It's kind of like a T-frame house, I guess. The one over here, and I hate the initial designs for these wells. I like what I did. This was kind of like a boathouse, kind of with the dock heading out into the water. Yeah. And then I did like a little two-story one here that had a balcony going out. And I was just trying to make things different. And this is, again, this is a while back. This is a long time ago. Maybe probably I'd say over a year ago. So your design's style changes in your ability. So obviously I'm not going to recreate these identically. They may be better than the Minecraft ones, but I still think I can do better. So we'll take some pictures of these to use as something to go from, and then we'll kind of create some unique designs of our own. I think I will still put something along this line in here. I think that is still kind of cool. The little watchtower. Grab a picture of that. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. I like how this trip, it was a kind of nice memory lane trip. That was how I used to get to here from my main world, which is way over there. I didn't quite understand nether travel yet, and setting up portals and all that kind of thing. So, but But yeah, so here it is. So we'll go back, we'll get some work done on this, and hopefully by the end of this episode we can have a nifty little village going with some villagers hanging out. So I will see you guys in a moment. Well, I figured this would be a good point in showing the new path. So going back here takes us to the new mine where we've got all the industrial craft ores. Over there takes us to the main the temple entrance. This is the portal that takes us to the cavern. And now if we take this branch off here, and this is going to be what the central hub is, only it's going to be higher. I'm going to take it up into the nether rack so I can easier move things around without having to build tunnels over lava pits and stuff like that. But this takes us now to our village. And decided before we actually build the houses, would be a good idea to do our paths and our roads and things. That way we have a better idea of where our houses and different types of things are going to go. It makes sense. So I started a little bit, but then I ran out of gravel rather quickly. So I went back to the cavern where I have tons of gravel from all the digging I've been doing, and I got some more. But here we are so far. We'll be doing the 4 points, 4 directions, going off into each one, and a little bit of movement, little turns and whatnot. But then once we start putting houses in and we have a better idea for how things are going to fit, then we can better acclimate the roads to the buildings, and it'll look pretty cool. So, definitely like our well. Looks a lot better than the one back in my old world. Even though that's the way Mojang created them. That just looks more like a well. But anyway, so I'm going to get to work on paths. I'm going to set this all up. And then when we come back and have that, we can start actually building some of our houses. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, I think we got it laid out fairly well. We'll put in quite a few different buildings and structures, and we can adjust it again as we need to. Put in more turns, level the ground a little bit more, stuff like that. That area there is probably going to have to get just completely flattened out. We'll see. Yeah, the first part obviously is going to end up being... Well, actually, no, we can probably put like the wheat farms. We'll recreate some of the wheat farms, so we can do that. But the best thing will be to start setting up like the footprints of the different buildings. Let me store all this. And I need more storage. It's funny how quickly things start to fill up. And my lovely spoon died, so I had to create another one just to finish up. It's down there. Okay. Oh, my helmet died. Yeah, the last time I blew up, man, I got into quite the fight. Acatera even came by to check things out. It was it was quite an adventure. But yeah, it took a lot of hits to the durability from explosions and stuff like that. So let's see. Oh, and I think I may. I'm gonna do most of this off camera. Do the setting up with the floor. I won't even construct it, just like the corner, so I can kind of get a feel for which buildings and how many buildings. And then we'll come in and we'll kind of work on the designs of the buildings themselves. But this part I can do on my own, so I will be back. Alright, so if you look up at the minimap, you can see we got our paths laid out pretty well. Going to all the different areas. Should make it easy to do, well, I'd say easy, but we'll have some kind of order for how all the houses and everything go in. What I ended up doing is I decided on, I think for materials, and we're going to give this a try. We'll see how this works out. But we're going to go with the jungle logs, along with the jungle wood planks. And then for the roofs, I went and got spruce wood and made the spruce wood stairs, so it gives us a third kind of texture, and the texture similar to the jungle wood, the darkness of that. So I figure what we'll do is we'll go ahead and try out our first one, and we'll do something like right here. So take advantage of the ability to turn all the logs here. And what I'm thinking of doing is, I don't like any of the way the the Mojang ones kind of go. So we're going to do something a little bit different. Let's grab us some jungle wood planks. I want to make sure I keep the light level for now. The other cool part about the fact that I'm using the jungle wood like this is I have all those cocoa beans over there. I'm going to be able to go through and add cocoa beans to these houses, add glowstone, and that'll give us that that nice new lighting effect that I really like. I'm looking at this now and I think I want to go higher because I like having a step going up into the houses instead of just on the grass. Maybe. And I want windows too. And I could put like a, window here. The other thing too is I'm looking at doors, lots of doors. What I may just end up having to do is add more doors in the back. Thing is that numbers here don't quite match up to what I was hoping to do, so it's always a work in progress. So what we can do is we can make this a 3-pane glass window. And 4-pane. Or actually what we can do, there we go. That doesn't work either. I was thinking I like the shutter idea. Let's see if we do that. And that. That works. Okay. There we go. And like I said, the shutter thing, I like the idea of that now. Oops. Put in the glass windows. Now what I can also do is I could change this texture. I could get a different wood. I've got the oak wood over here. Let me see how that looks. All right, I like that because that's again it's a little bit, it has a different style, but I am thinking I would like to go up one higher. Now it really actually looks like you have like shutters there. And yeah. Now if I wanted to, I could go one higher, but I'm thinking that'll probably do fine just like this. Alright, I'm gonna leave that up for now just when I go up to do the roof. Let's see. Alright, I'd like to have a side door, which means I'm probably gonna have to put my panes right up against the jungle wood. And I can just put a door right here. I'm not going to look at the side as often, so I'm more willing to let something that I don't like slide. If it's on an angle I'm not really going to see, for purpose. And the purpose being I want at least 3 doors on every house. And the reason for 3 doors in every house is the villagers will breed on a ratio of 3 point something, and I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but it's 3 point something doors per villager. So on the larger houses, when I can add 4, 5, 6 doors, and have it look right, will counterbalance the houses that have like 3 doors. Because what I'd like for this village is for every single house that you see to be worth a villager, so we can get, 15, 20 villagers running around in this village. That's my goal. So that means that on areas like this, where we have in the back and you're not really going to see it, I can put 2 or 3 doors on this one. So, like this will be like one of our larger size houses. So I can put the extra doors on this house to kind of make up for ones that maybe might be a little bit smaller. That way we can get a lot of villagers, and that's my plan. Alrighty. And my plan here we'll make a double door right here. A double door leading out the back. So right now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 doors. And since this is kind of a focal point over on the side here, I'm gonna think we'll just go with a large window here. And then hopefully I like this. If not, you know, we can always go back to the drawing board and try something else. But I wanted something a little bit different, not what everybody else makes for theirs. And then in addition to that, you know, something that kind of fits in. And like I said, since we're in a jungle area here, you know, it made sense to use the jungle wood a lot. Okay, alright, not bad. Alrighty, well then our next thing is going to be to go up top and add some... Actually, let me find out if I want to have it start at this level. Yeah, that's not bad. And then again, of course, I like to have it hang out over the edge. Alright. Alright, let's head up top. Alright, and here's what we got. And while this may not be something that I'd like design for my spawn village home or something along that nature, for a villager house, I don't mind it. So there's house number 1. Kind of quaint, cute looking, but we have 4 doors, so there's enough on this that were we to have villagers in here, that is enough to support by itself 1 villager. So now we just got to start creating more houses, which I am definitely going to do off camera. And I don't know if I'll get the whole village done here before this episode's over, because I have a lot, I don't mean a lot of houses to build. I'm going to have to go out and probably get a lot more of the spruce and oaks and things like that. But for now, I like how this looks. So, yeah, I'm going to make a few more, and we'll come back and kind of see how it's starting to come together. And maybe I'll bring villagers in this episode. I don't know yet. I'd rather get plenty of villagers so we can, you know, get the golem spawning and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, I'll see you guys in a little while. Alright, figured now was a good time for a quick little update. So I've got 3 houses built. Here's our original one we did back here. And then I made another one similar type. This one again, I think had 4 doors. Yep, I did a double door in the back here. This next one has 8 doors. So this is kind of like the centerpiece of the town. It's kind of in the center, so we got like a giant 2-story. I may play with that a little bit because I don't like how that exactly looks. Because on the sides, you've got the roof overhanging, which I think looks pretty cool. I like how that looks. And I played a bit with the roof. So you got like the angles coming in. I definitely like how that looks. And all the other sides. It's just this right here. I may take it up 1 level across the top so I can have another level of the planks there. Just, I think that looks better. But, yeah. So far we have 16 houses. So I think that we have enough for basically almost 5 villagers now out of our first 3 houses. So we're getting there. Progress is slow. I may just continue building houses as we go. What I'll probably end up doing, I just need 2 villagers. That's all I need to get them out here. Then they can start reproducing on their own as doors allow. Again, I haven't seen any mobs in here, so I think I did I think I did a good enough job on the outskirts. Nothing can get through. I had one spot, like you can see right there. There's a zombie. He'd love to get in, but he can't. His pathfinding does not have a way for him to get in. I had one creeper get in earlier, and I had found a spot where I had actually left a step. So I removed the step, and now I haven't seen anything since then. So let me leave this as a park here. I don't think another building in here would get kind of crowded, so we'll probably not put a house in here. Maybe we'll put in a fountain or something decorative. Flowers, park, who knows. But, yep. Alright, so I'm going to get back to work. I want to get at least a few more houses before I start bringing villagers over. Maybe I'll just finish, like, this side of town. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 more houses. This little house, I don't know, maybe might not put some here. I don't know. We'll just kind of see as we go. I just kind of get a feel for it as I do it. So anyway, at least a couple more houses over here, and then we'll pop back in. Maybe we'll go grab the villager so we can get them to start populating and call it an episode. So anyway, I'll see you guys in a few. All right, so it's time for another progress update, and there's actually quite a bit of progress. So we'll come over here first, and as you see, I've actually started. I got my cocoa's plants to grow, and they're now putting off light, so I don't have any torches over here. Obviously they don't reach everywhere. They got the same rules as normal lighting, but all in these areas I can just go with these, which I really like. So I've added in more houses, more units, lots of doors. So we're getting to the point now where we can really start upping our villager population. Can't go that way. Watch my villagers get trapped over there someday. Got some small ones, some bigger ones, trying to, fit in all the little nooks and crannies, and not have it just straight lines, I like having it look like it's an actual town. We put in the 2 cobble buildings. So we've got our blacksmith, and then we've got our guard tower. So I put that kind of in the middle, so you can come over, get a nice view of what's going on. Mine lets you come out to the outside. Got a little fenced-in area where we can take shots at any evil creatures that would ever think to try and get in, which they won't. Not lit up there because that is half slabs, so we don't have to worry about any spawning up there. Go up a little bit higher and kind of get a nice little view. And I did make the nice little fountain over there just to take up that little area, because I didn't want to put in a tiny house in the middle with this view here. So I still have, I think, 4 houses to go. I got that one, that one, that one, and over there's going to be another nice large one with the angled roofs that I like to do. The other thing, though, is the space over here. And it's right here. So this area, let me put a torch down just for now, just to make sure. And then along here again, and down to here. We get this nice straight area. Definitely not big enough to build like a house or anything. But what I decided I'd like to put in here is some shops. Big enough for one villager to have two spaces to move back and forth, but I can do my trading. I can walk up to them. So I brought some supplies, got some different colored wools to decorate, and yeah, so we're gonna try and design like a little shop. So I figure, let's see, it's got to be 4 wide if we're gonna let them walk around with 2 spaces. So it'll be 4 by 3. We'll figure out how to get them in eventually later. Obviously, with the diamonds, it'll that makes things kind of simple and easy. I'm not looking for anything super complicated or intricate. I just want like a cool little, like I said, like a little shop. And figured, having the different colored wools will be like having like the fancy colored not tents, but can't reach. There we go. So across the front we'll have like the green colored one for this one. He's the green shop. Maybe I'll come up with what the different ones stand for. I don't know. Got somebody angry outside. Angry because he can't get in. Not my problem. Let's see, we can stick that like that. It's a nice little shop. Walk up, click your guy. Oops. Click your guy, make our trades, and then move on. And I can put a couple of these here. So let's see, there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that'll fit like that. Let's see, I should be able to fit at least one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't really have enough room to put two. And technically I really only need to have one of each. Let's see. Well, since I can probably, if I shorten this one here, what I'll do is I'll bring this down as well. I don't like having the gravel just sticking out by itself. I think it just looks better when it's got dirt on the other on the side of it. There we go. So now we can go. Actually, I'll do one more. If we have grass on either side of it. Yeah, the wonderful world of OCD. Alrighty. Oh, and I lost a gravel block because it turned into that. It's funny how your supplies continue to get bigger and bigger. When you first start out, you don't have anything that you need, and then next thing you know, you got more than you'll ever need. There we go. So right now it's 4, and if I make one more down there, that'll give me 5 shops. And like I said, I probably don't even really need 5, but I like to have it all kind of be even looking. So then I think we need to add a little bit more dirt over here to get guys out there burning up, making noise, wanting in. Not gonna happen. Not going to happen. This is a no zombie area. They can sense all the doors. I'm sure it's just driving them crazy. Alright, I need another color of wool though. So I can make 4 of them right now, one with a different color for each one. But the last one will have to have... Actually, I wonder if I should... Kind of like that. Yeah. There we go. Going around the outside. And I could open you to the elements, and then I think we'll stick you like that. Not sure why, but just, yeah, like that. Okay, cool. Well, there's a shop. And maybe we'll just get rid of the back. It doesn't look like it needs a back. It's a nice open air market. Then it doesn't look good with that. Maybe, there we go. Whoa. Alright, I'll be right back. So what my idea was, wow, part of what I didn't even get happen is like this. We just get rid of the back fence post. Man, just missing that fence post left and right. There we go. And like this. There we go. And we can put in a couple lights there. There we go. Like I said, this will be where I can come in to make my villager trades. Oops. Now the only issue is that right now they would be able to hop out. So actually, whereas I put the half slabs in to make that not as or a taller ceiling, I really should actually do it the opposite. There we go. That means I'll be locked in. There we go. That is perfect. I like that. I like it a lot, actually. Alright, well there we go. There's one of my shops. I just got to do this 4 more times, get 1 more color of wool, and then as I get my villagers here, actually, you know, find ones that do some good trades and stick them in there. Alright, so we have all 5 of our colors. And again, I don't know if I actually need 5 different ones, but it just kind of, with the space provided, it fits better. And I went ahead and just threw some bone meal on the ground, got some yellow flowers to mix with some red flowers for some orange dye, and gave us our 5th color. So now we have 5 shops. So our upper range is now completed. All we got left to do is down here. And like I said, I'll do that off camera, and when we come back next time, I should have some villagers here so we can kind of see the village at work, and then we'll get started on the items required for trade. So I'm going to need to do a giant ethos-styled sugarcane farm so we can get paper. And then I got to think whether or not I want to do a large-scale wheat farm. But that is a possibility as well, just for wheat trades. But I could just go, well, we'll see. For the different types of trades, what items I need, and then we'll work from there. But for sure, we'll probably at least start off with a giant sugarcane farm, so we can at least get the large amounts of emeralds. So anyway, I really like how this town is turning out. It has some real personality. It definitely doesn't look like your traditional Mojang style town, which I like. So, and I'm having fun making it. So, and it's, of course, it's definitely a change of pace from what we've been doing the last few episodes with all the work on the cavern and the thrill ride, which we will get back to. Definitely not abandoning that by any means at all. I just kind of, it definitely seemed like we probably needed to do something a little bit different, because that was becoming, I don't want to say monotonous, or it just seemed like that's all we were doing, and it needed to be broken up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.